Hello, hello, my friends. I'm jumping in with another weekly energy weather report. Let me know in the comments below if you're enjoying these, if this is something you'd like to see continued. I love to tune into the energy all around us and give you a little bit of an energetic weather report. Think of it as a way to kind of test the air, same way you check in to say, what's the temperature today? Is it ready to jump into adventure? Or is it a time in a week to stay indoors? How do I dress? How do I prepare? That's why I love these weather reports. And it's another chance for us to get together, to play energy, to talk crystals and sacred practices. And oh my goodness gracious, I have so many that I'm drawn to. So let's jump in and let me just talk about the week ahead. And if you jump on with me live, if you catch me, then give me a quick shout out, a little bit of a hello, and let me know what the weather's like by you. It is super snowy here. It's a winter wonderland. Okay, so I'm just tuning in to the energy of the whole group and asking on everyone's behalf as a collective, what do we need to know? What's the most important thing that we need to know about this upcoming week? King of Swords and air energy. So we are formally and officially in Aquarius energy, which is air-based, even though they're the water bearer. And the King of Swords takes a moment to pause. He is contemplating. He's looking out on his kingdom. He's not rushing into action. He's not stuck in emotions and feelings, but he is deep in thought. I love this because you have birds all around and this beautiful crow here, and the crows can serve a bit like they do for Odin, Thor's father, Hunyan and Munin, who would circle the globe for information and news and little tidbits and then bring them back and whisper to Odin, here's what's going on, here's what's important for you to know about. So I would say this week, rather than feeling like you need to rush into action because thoughts could get the best of you, the mind might want to run away, practices that help still the mind, and I'm going to share one in a moment, are very helpful. The other thing that's important to note is rather than thinking you've got to do all the running ahead, ask for guidance and insight. Meaning maybe you want to know if a store is carrying something in particular that your heart is wishing for. Rather than you running around to 10 different stores, you can either tune into your angels and guides and say, please help me know exactly which store to go to. That's always a fun game to play if you have time. Or you can even look ahead of time on, inventory online, or maybe you call up the store, hey, do you have this in stock? But this is saying, wait, before you rush into action, plan. Go into big vision. This is not getting caught up in the emotions of this. This is very logical and analytical this week. You're thinking big picture, big vision. Now, the thing that's so great about having this card this week is that we are in a moment where all of the planets have gone direct. Meaning Mercury's not retrograde anymore. Yay! Uranus is direct. All of the planets are appearing in the sky to move in forward motion. That gives us more mental clarity. You might have felt a little bit foggy brained, a little sleepy. I know I did at the beginning of the new year. I was so ready to jump in, like, let's go, let's do this. And my brain felt like mush at times. And it was so frustrating. But as soon as things clicked over, as soon as Mercury went direct and a couple of the other planets started to shift, the clarity started to come. Some of us, you'll find, are very sensitive to the celestial dances up above. That's why I love tracking the moon, knowing where it is and when it shifts. Because like when the moon shifted into Capricorn on Friday, oh, that felt so good. I went from, this fiery energy of just doing into, like CEO vision mode, which is very much this, very looking out to the future, planning ahead, giving yourself time and space to look at the analytics, the logical, the data, the facts, and the rest will come into play. And there's the wise old owl there, which I love, and the bat, which brings in the beautiful Aquarius energy of, how do I want to say, like sonar. Aquarians are wonderful for tuning into frequency. So those little wavy signs that are part of the zodiac glyph or symbol for Aquarians represent frequency signs, not necessarily water waves, but sine waves, frequency waves. And what it means is that Aquarians can sense a shift in energy a little bit faster than everyone else. They feel it. Sometimes they even hear it. You might notice that your Aquarian friends are very clairaudient. Very, very cool. And the crystal that can really support us this week that I tuned into for all of us is Aventurine. And this is one of my little Aventurine tumblies. These are great crystals for optimism, confidence, renewed vitality. Green, it's normally associated with the heart chakra, so great for healing the heart and balancing it. If you found that it's been difficult to receive love or to give love, this is a great crystal to work with. And the reason that it really came through, I feel, is for the optimism. There's a lot of interesting energy out there, and it's funny because I was talking with a gal last week who's in the service industry. She's not in energy work like us, but she works with people one-on-one. And she said, oh, there's so much negativity and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, I haven't seen it. I haven't been running into the grumpy people. And as soon as she said that, I started to see posts. I started to bump into people at the grocery store. And I thought, darn it, I had been missing this. Not to say that it wasn't always there. It's just I wasn't drawing it in, magnetizing or attracting it to myself because I was on a different frequency. So use the energy of this week to choose the frequency you wish to be on, just like the bat uses sonar location, sending out a frequency to get a shape or an image back. Use the crystal like Aventurine to set your frequency to optimism, to say, you know what, there's a silver lining. It's all about attitude. In yoga, we call it bhava, B-H-A-V-A. It's attitude, alignment, and action, the 3 A's. You know, if we start off with a bad attitude, it's going to be hard to create our heart's deepest desires because we're in a place of discord and disharmony. And that's, as much as we might think positively, if our energy doesn't match it, we won't get there. We have to feel it. So attitude, bhava, means a lot. Then we line ourselves up. Alignment. What is it that we wish to create and experience in our life? And then we take action. So that leads me into a sacred practice for this week. This was one of the questions in our group that I brought up, which are the mala beads. How many of you guys use mala beads? Is this something that you're familiar with? I have a background in Catholicism. I was born into it, not a practicing Catholic now. We left the church many a moon ago, have been involved with many different styles of Christian and Protestant-based religions. Story for another time. But this very much reminds me of the rosary. The reason I love it is that it is a meditative practice in the sense that through rote and repetition, you get into a certain frequency, a certain brain wave. And when you're there, you can move into a state of deep rest and deep healing. So you repeat a mantra 108 times. There's 108 beads on here with a little guru bead. And 108 because it's a very sacred and special number. And that 108 times that you do it, you're encouraged when you go around using your fingers. You use your thumb and your middle finger because each finger represents an element. And that's a talk for another day, but we'll get into that. So you just hold between thumb and middle finger, and then you kind of work your way through, going around saying the mantra each time. I like to use Sanskrit. Maybe this week you use an English affirmation along the lines of, I am optimistic this week. You know, we have our Aventurine. You know, I move forward with optimism. I move forward with renewed vitality. But it's an exciting week ahead. There's so much going on. Let me know what you're up to this week, what sacred practice you're bringing into your world. I love that we have this community, that we can come together, chat, shop, because this is so much fun. Whenever I get on a call with my clients, oh my goodness, I just feel like I could go on and on for hours with them because there's so much joy around. And it is my true passion and mission to make the invisible world visible to all of you through these sacred practices and tools that I share. And I have much more to share. All right. So I'll catch you all on the flip side. Have a great week and let me know in the comments what's going on for you. Lots of love. Bye, guys.